This is the Hiboy EX6, and this is the Hiboy EX6 if you have X-ray vision. This is the Hiboy all assembled except for the battery. The battery is currently being charged. We're charging that bad boy up right now so that we can go and do the official test ride and specs review. So far though, I can say I like the step through design and the handlebars. They remind me so much of like a beach cruiser. It looks so comfortable. I can't wait. I can't wait to test this bad boy out. All right guys, our battery is finally done charging. And look, it even comes with a nice little handle. So in order to take the battery in and out, there is a little lever right here. Push the seat forward. There are some grooves in this piece right here, and you're supposed to fit it alongside the battery. There we go. Once it's in there, you use the key and it locks into place. I guess it's in there. But in order to use the bike and turn it on, you do need to switch it to the on position. And then you just fold this down. The seat goes back down. Bam! Now we can turn on the bike. And the display turns on. I do have a plastic ammo can box attached to the rack. I'm gonna go take this bike and take the can to go return and swap it out for a metal one for a different project. But it's cool that you can see the rack has a nice purpose. All you need is some bungee cords. But before we go return this box, let's go over some specs. Alright, starting with the wheel, we got some Chow Yang fat tires, 20x4, with a little bit of knobby tread. We have 160 millimeter rotors, front and back. That is a little bit below industry standards, which is 180 millimeters. But we're going to test how well we can stop with 160 anyways. Those rotors are paired with mechanical disc brakes, and they feel like mechanical disc brakes. We got plastic front fenders and a little light that has 4 bulbs in it. This bike does come with front suspension. Yeah, so not much travel at all, and they feel like springs inside. But you gotta keep in mind, this bike is less than $1,000. So at least it comes with front suspension, and they probably absorb something. And something is better than nothing. We have a nice little slogan here. Begin the joyride, Hiboy. Moving up top to the handlebars, we have rubber ergonomical grips, a headlight switch and a horn switch. That horn is actually really loud. It might not sound loud in the video, but that thing is freaking loud. It's super high pitched, so I think everyone's gonna be able to hear it. We have a small digital speedometer. It shows you your riding modes. So it goes up to 5 different speed modes. It shows you your odometer. We currently have 0 on there. And our battery bars, which is showing 100% at 5 bars. They included a little reflector up here, which is an interesting place to put it, but it's there. A standard 7-speed Shimano shifter and a half twist throttle. Moving down to the body over here, we have another branding, Hiboy EX6. This frame design is a step through, so it's gonna be really comfortable getting on and off this bike, especially for people that are a little older or someone that's really short. I'm 5'5" and a half or 5'6" with shoes, and this is how I look on the bike. So because of the design, I'm just gonna easily step through the frame. I am on my tippy toes. And this is how I look doing the one-legged lean. Moving on, we have the seat. The seat does provide a decent amount of padding. It feels pretty good. And there's a nice little hole right here for airflow so that your happy areas doesn't get too hot. Now moving on to this battery. It is a 48 volt 15 amp hour battery. The charger it came with is a 2 amp charger. If you're charging this battery from 0 to full, it should take about 7 to 8 hours. On the website, it says we can get 41 miles of pure electric mode. I think it's gonna be realistically a little bit less than that, but we're gonna test that out in a different video when we use this bike for DoorDash and Uber Eats. Moving back over here, we have a 500 watt motor. It doesn't say what it peaks at, but we should be getting 25 miles per hour and I'm assuming it peaks around 750. We have our Shimano gear shifter and a derailleur guard. I like it when bikes come with derailleur guards, because you never know if you accidentally tip your bike over, derailleurs can get bent. But this thing is a nice little protector. And then moving on up, you guys already saw, but the bike does come with a rack. And as you can see, it's already being used. So it does have a purpose and it's quite useful. Now let's get this thing on the road and test out the bike. What is going on, my raspy riders? We are currently on the Hiboy EX6. Let's go through the pedal assist modes. We're currently on level 1, and on level 1, it is taking us to about 11 miles per hour. The display on my left right here is accurate. It is showing the same thing that's on my phone's GPS. I wonder if the top speed on throttle with level 1 is the same with pedal assist. Oh, no, it just keeps picking up. Oh man, it's climbing. Hey, this thing's got some torque. Oh, what? This thing reminds me of my Super 73Z Miami, because no matter what pedal assist you're on, the throttle is full power all the time. If you want to pedal and keep it slow, you can. You can just set the numbers to what speed you want. But if you want that boost, you just hit the throttle. Let's see what level number 2 pedal assist takes us up to. Pedal assist number 2 is taking us to 19 miles per hour. What's level 3? Level 3 did not change from number 2 to number 3. We're still getting 21, 22 miles per hour. Okay, what's number 4? Number 4 is our top speed, 24. Number 5. Okay. All right. That was a lot of pedaling. It seems like pedal assist number 2 and 3 are very similar, and the speed's not really changing. And then once you hit number 4, it goes up to the top speed of like 24-ish miles per hour. And if you go up to number 5, the pedal assist doesn't change again. So number 4 and 5 are the same. Interesting. Interesting. I'm really liking that horn. That horn is really loud. It is the loudest horn I've heard that comes out of the headlight. The seat is pretty comfortable. I'm digging it. Guys, this bike is pretty torquey. For a bike that's in this price range of around $800, yeah, this bike has some torque to it. It's probably because the bike is really light. I think it's like 60 something pounds. We do have front suspension, which helps a little bit, but you definitely don't want to ride off any curbs with this bike. And the rear is a hardtail, so there's no suspension in the back. So if you want a softer ride, just lower the PSI in your tires a little bit. How are the brakes? Let's come to a stop right here. The brakes are all right. I wish they came with 180 millimeter rotors, but the 160 still stop you. Guys, this bike is really comfortable. Something I love about this bike so far is the handlebars. I talked about this in my last video, but as you can see, these handlebars have a diagonal position to it. Instead of being more horizontal, they're slanted so that you have diagonal grips. It kind of reminds me of your traditional beach cruiser. And on top of that, here, let me pull over so I can show you something else. We have a stem right here that can be adjusted. So you can actually bring your handlebars closer to you, and that'll make it a little bit taller too, and closer to your body. I gotta admit, I was a little bit skeptical about this bike at first because there's no rear suspension, but everything else kind of makes up for it. Step through design, diagonal handlebars, adjustable stem, adjustable seat that has a decent cushion on it. This bike's pretty good. I could definitely imagine this bike being used for cruising at the beach or getting around like a college campus. It's light, it's nimble, and it's cheap. Something about these bikes that are under $1,000 just are so special to me, because they remind me of my days when I was a broke college student and when I had to rely on my feet or my skateboard to get everywhere. These cheaper, more affordable e-bikes are such a game changer. It makes running errands around your town so much more fun. Like here I am about to go to Harbor Freights to go return a product, and I could have used my car, but instead I got this bike to use. You get a little bit of movement in. Where's Harbor Freights? Oh, there it is. You get some sun, you get some fresh air. You get the thrill of having a throttle. This little bike is awesome. Let's see where I can lock up my bike. Inside this box, I have my chain lock. Right, we got our ammo can. This was like 16 bucks at Harbor Freights. Such a good deal. I wonder if we could have gone a higher top speed if I didn't have this heavy chain on me. Maybe, huh? Maybe like 1 mile per hour faster or half a mile per hour. I don't want to spoil any secrets, but we're gonna use an ammo can, cut into it, and use it to build something special. It's gonna be for like a little mini Vespa, a little baby Vespa. But you know me, it's gonna be a rocket. If we look at my GPS top speed, so far it says 24.9. So I'm fairly certain if we didn't have a heavy chain in the back, the top speed would be 25 miles per hour. The handling on this bike is actually a bit better than a beach cruiser because it's not as bulky. Ooh, look at this lane split right here. Ciao! E-bike power! Yeah, boy! Too easy. This bike is freaking awesome. Let's close this video off with some pros and cons. Let's pull over onto the grass. I'm pretty impressed with this bike. I've heard of the company Hiboy before, and they also make scooters. I've heard good things about their scooters, but this is my first time hopping on one of their bikes. And you know what? I had a pretty good experience with it. What should we do first? Pros or cons? Let's always end it on a good note. So let's talk about cons first. I only have 2 major cons with this bike. There's not much negative about this thing. Yeah, the only 2 cons I can think of is I wish the front suspension was adjustable, or at least a little bit softer. Maybe they could use some softer springs or something. Travels a little bit and then it bounces right back up really quickly. So it'd be nice if they made it a little bit softer or have some more travel. But you're not really gonna be taking this bike like off-road, so it'll get the job done, you know? Now for con number 2, which is my main concern, the controller box is mounted at the very bottom of the bike, right here. See, this is the controller box right here. It is metal, so it'll protect it, but it just makes me feel uncomfortable that it's at the very bottom of a bike. I don't think a curb will touch it unless you go down like a really big one. If you stick to streets and paved roads, you'll be fine. This would be more of a concern if you're doing off-roading with this and a rock hit this or something. I don't like that placement, but since this bike was designed for the streets, I think it's okay. Now let's go over the pros, which are quite a bit. I really like how these handlebars curve in and give you a diagonal angle. It's really comfortable on the wrist as opposed to something that's more horizontal, like right here. I like that they give you an adjustable stem so you can bring the handlebars higher up or closer to you. I love that it's a step through, mainly because I'm biased and because I'm short, and also because my fiance is short. So the step through design is definitely a nice touch to a certain demographic of people, and that demographic is short people. Maybe old folks too that have trouble swinging their legs over. This is one of the nicer seats I've been on. It's also pretty cool that the key to lock your battery in also acts as an ignition. Like watch, I'll turn my bike on right now. It's on. I'm gonna switch the key to off and the power's off. So that's really nice if you don't want anyone touching your bike and throttling it on accident. Oh, this bike also comes with a brake light. Let's hit the brake levers. It's not crazy bright, but it'll get the job done at night. And last but not least, I like that the bike comes with a rack because as you can see, we've already put it to good use. And it's carrying a fairly good amount of weight because this is a metal ammo can and it already has some weight to it. And then we also have our metal chain in here, so it's even heavier. And the rack is performing pretty well. All right guys, if you're interested in a bike that is as comfortable as a beach cruiser but has a little bit of utility to it, then this might be the bike for you. Whatever discount code I can give you guys will be in the description. If you guys are interested in this bike, please click that link that's also in the description. If you guys have any questions, leave them down at the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one where we'll be using this bike to deliver for Uber Eats and Grubhub and DoorDash. Peace.